empty inside, and then you're going to run into a prophet and they're going to tell you, and it's all going to be through the Spirit. And they're going to tell you, you know that RFID just marked that? Hey, but guess what? We marked that woman for life. We marked her for eternal life. How does that feel, man? That feels pretty good.
So that's what they get, either they get a good mark
Or they get a bad mark.
Yeah. How you doing, brother?
You want to get a good
Just out
mark.
here preaching the Bible. Okay.
Okay.
Rocked up.
You see, that's a good way to deal with the situation. It's just everybody's a brother supposedly, right? Until you find out differently.
You never know, that brother could get his hearing back one day,
Oh yeah, see, that's a miracle too. But guess what? They're gonna say, if you get this RFID microchip, we'll give you some free ear surgery and you'll be able to hear.
Right, see, Esau, he goes about it on the left hand side because he goes about it with technology, but we go about it with faith. We try to be healed with faith. We don't need any bionic chips to enhance our bodies.
The only chips that will enhance me is some Dorito chips.
Right.
And some guacamole, man, because it's football season. Nah, see, that's the wrong way to be. But still, I'm not taking that chip. But some of you jokers out there will be like,
The only chips we're taking is the ones with dips.
yeah. I'm not taking that chip. I'm not taking no vaccine. I'm not getting tested. So we're gonna keep on.
So back in Revelation 16 and 14, for they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Most High Almighty. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. So blessed is the one that watch and keep the garments.
Like
The
that, yeah.
garments represent the law, statutes, and commandments.
Like that lady that we told only important. So this is to back up Revelation 13 and 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast. They should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. See those miracles on the left-hand side. Like, man, you can marry a man, and we'll pay for the wedding if you get the chick, you and your husbands. And that's going to lead to one of those things where everybody's going to start doing it. Because if people are leaving the Catholic Church and nobody's having Catholic weddings, those weddings are expensive. These homosexuals are going to start having Catholic weddings.
That's the only reason why Esau is able to do what he could do, is because his wound got healed, back in the Renaissance times.
And the way his heel got wounded, his wound got healed, is because of the faith you people have in that system. You nurtured it back to health.
Because of the 2/3 of Israelites.
Yes, sir.
They're
See,
going to be destroyed.
they're going to be
By
destroyed.
Esau.
Yes. They're gonna fool them. They're gonna fool them, and then they're gonna say, "Here, take this chip," and that's gonna mark them. Just like that lady got marked. And then we didn't even tell her that the Lord's the so-called black-skinned man, a dark man. Go ahead.
Going back in Genesis 19 and 6, and Lot went out at the door unto them and shut the door after him and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold now, I have 2 daughters which have not known man. See, Lot Lot was offering them two virgins, his daughters. You know, they have not been known by man.
And there wasn't just two men out there, one for each. There was like 100. Which, so yeah, he was giving them up to the wickedness, and he was like, man, take these two.
Yeah. You know?
Right?
So it says, behold, now I have two daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. So that's the righteous thing, is to want, you know, a virgin, you know.
And that's going to be part of those tribulations.
Because anything after a virgin is defiled.
It's just sloppy Joe, sloppy seconds.
Yeah.
Or
If it's not your own, you know. That's like, you know, using somebody else's, you know, using somebody else's clothes, dirty clothes or something, you know.
yeah, so basically what we're telling you is be ready. Be prepared. So now we're going to talk about the chip. Or you got any
First Corinthians 13 and 11. Because an example is that we have to teach the Israelites the truth, you know, the ones who don't know.
This is 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
So it says, when I was a child, I understood as a child, and I thought as a child. So that's the same way we were before we came into the truth. You know, because we didn't have understanding just like a child. A child really don't have understanding about things about like the world, you know?
If a child sees a flame, you'd be like, oh, that's nice and beautiful. And touch it and burn himself. Or
Right.
herself.
Right.
Well,
So read it again.
when I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
So a child, he has like 1,000 questions, right? Because his mind is trying to understand. He's trying to understand why or how, you know,
Everything.
or when, you know. Why is it happening, you know?
That's like when you talk, if you ever talk to somebody that has more understanding than you, just start asking them questions. Like,
Yeah.
well, how did that happen? Or why was that like that?
So it's the same way when we teach somebody who don't know the scriptures, you know. It's the same way like talking to a child, because a child, he doesn't really have reasoning, and he don't, you know, agree with you
It disagrees all the time.
much.
So the point is, you have to come into the truth as a child, because we're first. You come in and you have to give up everything. Everything was a lie, basically. So you have to start all over again.
Start out as a child.
Start as a child.
Because read that again.
This is 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
So we have to teach our people about the scriptures so that they could grow up. And they could grow up to be an adult. So we go to 1 Samuel 3 and 7. Because right now the word of the Baba Shia Oshai is precious.
This is 1 Samuel So this, all right. This is 1 Samuel 3:1. And the child Samuel ministered unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai before Eli. And the word of Yahweh was precious in those days. There was no open vision.
So right here it said, the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai was precious in those days. You know, it says there was no open vision. Just like today, there's no open vision, you know. There's nobody to tell you the truth. People don't know. They have all these different religions. You know, they don't know the truth. They don't know who the Lord really is.
That's part of your lesson. See how the Lord helps you out?
That's right. Right along with that.
Because that's beautiful. She doesn't understand that we don't need those things. She needs our things.
You got the wrong understanding. You see?
Did you try to put them on my board, on my sword? And I was like, you know, people don't understand. That was a great sin right there.
You know, here it is. We're teaching you our doctrine, but you're trying to teach us your doctrine. You know, we're teaching you the truth. We got the 100%.
It's not a debate either. It's not like I'm presenting you with information.
And that's where it belongs, right there on the floor.
Mm-hmm. It says the end of the world and war in heaven.
That's right, the end of the world.
That
The
little
war in
pamphlet,
heaven's coming too, the war in heaven, right?
that little pamphlet does not have enough information for me about the end of the world
What's that gonna do?
or even the war in heaven. Let me read that one. This is 1 Samuel chapter 3 verse 1. And the child Samuel ministered unto the Lord before Eli, and the word of the Lord was precious in those days. There was no open vision.
And so just like today, the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is precious because the only camps, you know, the only ones who have the truth are the camps that are going out on the highways and byways. The ones you're hearing the word from, you know.
And they have to study the scriptures the right way.
Yep. You got to study the scriptures, and part of studying is growing up.
And you can't have one member of the camp be into GMS and then the next member be into IUIC.
Yeah, because that's two separate doctrines.
One's celebrating the new moon Sabbath and the other one's celebrating Sabbath on Saturday.
Like that lady said, today's her Sabbath.
She said it right, it's her Sabbath.
Yeah, but
There's a new moon.
according to the Lord, the Sabbath is, you know, it was last night, right?
It's gonna end today at night. Hey,
Sabbath started last night.
that's a law too. How come the Pope ain't talking about that? You know, we've been following this calendar all wrong, everybody.
Man,
What do you mean, Pope?
because it says too that Esau would change the times.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
why does he change it? Switch it up an hour, go an hour forward, then go an hour back. You know, that's
Yeah.
confusion. The Lord didn't set it up like that. The Lord didn't say, okay, in the fall we're gonna go an hour forward. You know, He didn't set it up like that.
This is Malachi 2:7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth, for he is the messenger of Yahweh Shem Yahushai of hosts.
See, we should be seeking.
They should be seeking us. Should be sought after. But nobody thinks hard enough to understand what's going on. We're just a couple of beaners.
They don't know what we've been through. They don't know the experience that we've had.
Which
with,
is good. Yeah,
you know?
perfect. The next thing is you don't have any knowledge unless you have experience. This brother almost died. He was losing body heat, like, and he was skinnier.
Shoot, I ain't been sick since, you know, I've been feeling great ever since I came to the truth.
I was sick too, man. My stomach was all bloated.
I remember this one had stomach pains.
Yeah. Hey, I have no more. I don't even fart.
Yeah.
It's because we gave up those things. Man, we gave up those things that was hurting us.
That's the dietary law, you know. You notice that once you follow the dietary law, you don't get any more stomach aches.
You stop getting sick.
You know.
Like right now, I'm freaking hungry. I think we're gonna stop somewhere to get something to eat. But I'm freaking hungry. But I haven't ate anything. I drank my water and my coffee, and that's how it's supposed to be. And then you don't eat all the damn time. I'm still in Samuel. You want to go to verse 2? It's like this is 1 Samuel 3:1. And the child Samuel ministered unto Yahweh before Eli, and the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai was precious in those days. There was no open vision. It's precious in these days.
That's what I was just about to say, because the same way like it was precious in those days, the same way it's precious in those days, the same way it's precious in these days. Because if you're hearing this word is like gold, and gold is hard to find. You know? And so since if you found this word and you found it, you know, what are you gonna do with it? You know, you want to hold on to it. You know,
I want to flip it.
yeah, that's right. Because it's only 144,000 prophets, you know, that's gonna wake up only less than half of the Israelites.
And verse 2.
Go down to 7.
Verse 7. Now Samuel did not yet know Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, neither was the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai revealed unto him.
See, so Samuel, he didn't know the word, or the Lord wasn't revealed to him yet, so he was still like a child, you know. So there's going to come a time when the word's going to be revealed, or you're going to search for the Lord, and when that happens, that's when you're going to start wanting to grow up, because then you got to start studying, you got to start reading, you got to start learning the law, statutes, and commandments, learning the prophecies,
Making videos.
start learning how to make videos.
And if you don't have any videos, you're not in the truth, homie. You're just a person, just a regular ass person that knows what it is like.
You gotta have everything. You gotta be fully grown up.
Yeah. Every grown man does his own work, right? And Pastor Hard done said it. 1 video a day. Plus camp.
The reason why he's doing that, because he's separating the children from the men.
Or well, we from the chat.
Yep. You know, we don't have that much time, you know, and by doing this is going to speed up the process of waking up the Israelites. Because once, you know, the 144,000 and the 1/3 are sealed, that's it. Nobody else is getting in.
Yeah, so this is Matthew 13:30. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad.
See, so you got to get with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. If not, he's going to scatter you. You know?
Because it's really not, it's not a safe thing to think that you're going to make it if all you're doing is going to camp. Yeah, you're going to 2 camps a week. That's good, but you're not making any videos.
Yep, that's right.
And all that work that you're doing is the work for the other brother. He's doing good. The other one is not doing good at all.
What are you doing for your channel? You know, you have to show on your channel that you're doing the works. You have to show that you're doing the homework.
Yes,
you
sir.
know?
So it's like this. if we get to meet Yahweh Shai face to face, Lord willing, we will. Well, it's going to be one at a time, and there's going to be different screens. Just like in the Matrix, when Neo met the creator, and he showed him all kinds of different Neos, the Lord's gonna show you all your works. He's gonna be like, look at these videos that you did on me, about knowing more about me. You ain't gonna have nothing up there, friend. You ain't gonna have nothing up there. Man, it's gonna feel bad, huh? You know how bad you feel if you don't have any videos? He's gonna say, I don't know.
So how does it look when you're reading out scriptures saying about slothful, students or slothful, Israelites when you don't have any works, any works on your channel?
You're basically gonna have to do stuff.
But yet you're on the comment board, Shalom, Agyam, and all this, speaking the perfect Hebrew, but you ain't teaching the Hebrew.
And you're not following the Hebrew ways. Because you're still doing the Saturday worship. So
right.
let's go. This is 1 Samuel 3 and 7. Now Samuel did not yet know Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, neither was the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai yet revealed unto him.
So Samuel was like a child. He needed to start growing up. He needs to start understanding his purpose, just like we have to understand our purpose, why we were put here on this earth. A lot of people don't understand why they're put here. They're just walking around like zombies.
Not even acknowledging themselves. Like the brother said earlier, when you look in the mirror and then you accuse yourself, if you're a bum, a homeless person, if you don't got shit going on for you, and you look in the mirror and you said, this, but you're looking all raggedy and tore up. You're goddamn abusing yourself.
You're lying to yourself. You see?
Yeah. Stop lying to yourself, man. Because what if you went up to the Lord and then He's showing you like those pictures, actually, like those millions of screens about you, showing you how you did all those homosexuality acts and all those things like that, all those drugs, getting on the scante. And then you're gonna feel fucked up. So you don't have anything to clean your sins, because it says alms cleans up. Alms is it cleans up a bunch of sins.
Yeah. It cleans the spirits. Those evil. Gets rid of those evil spirits.
Yeah. And it makes you a better person, because we all know we're doing bad things and we can't fix it. But if we do something a little bit here, a little bit there, it helps us. But the most thing you can do is make these videos and hold these steps. Oh, and I noticed that there's a Tulare. They're doing Tulare camp, and that's in between. What happened to going to this?
Hey, you notice, as soon as I suggested Tulare, why did they go to Tulare now?
Because it's in between.
Yeah, because you didn't study, about the map.
You didn't get the memo. You didn't get the email. So you really have to become a man.
Now you see that it's halfway. Now you want to go.
Because now it's hurting your pocket. So then that's part of becoming a man. You gotta make decisions. You gotta be like, okay, the word has gotta be preached here. And if I have to go alone, I have to go alone. For whatever reason. And it was worth coming out here today because that lady, even though she made this mistake, I didn't hold it against her. And actually, that's for her. Because she was like, oh man, they don't know about this.
Hey, we're telling you, that we don't want to touch that filth. We don't want to touch sin. We don't want to touch idolatry. That images of the idolatry. Go to the Ecclesiastes 11. And 10.
Ecclesiastes 11 and 10. Therefore remove sorrow from thy heart, and put away evil from thy flesh, for childhood and youth are vanity.
So right here it said, childhood and youth are vanity. And vanity means it's no purpose, it's not good for nothing. So childhood is really not the focus. The focus is growing up and becoming an adult.
Oh, man.
Because you don't want to be stuck in a childhood state.
Just like that movie Brightburn, when Brendan turned 12 and he got that gun, he was like, I want it. He was like, man. And that shows you that some Edomites have the gun as a blessing. And they're like, I want it. So he wants the blessing. You gotta want the blessing.
And scriptures tell you that at 12, become a man. It's the time, it's the age where you're accountable already for your sin.
Yes, sir. You better start repenting. This is Ecclesiastes 11 and 10. Therefore remove sorrow from thy heart, and put away evil from thy flesh, for childhood and youth are vanity.
So when you're in that childhood and that youth state, that's when you got that evil on your flesh. And then when you start growing up, start learning that you've been sinning your whole childhood, that's when you start putting off that evil from your flesh.
So part of that childhood and youth, if it's vanity, you could still be a man and believer, like in the churches, and then walk up to the camp and be like, oh man, I was just a fool, I was vanity, I was a youth, I was immature, I gotta grow up and start to realize the things that are real.
You start being wise, because like part of being wise is putting off that pork. Because now, once you put it off, you're like, man, I'm so glad I put it off, because now the grass is greener,
There's more options, and then you're healthier. You're way healthier.
Yeah. But before, you were struggling. You had a bunch of problems. Because we already got problems, with our flesh. Why create more?
This is 1 Corinthians 3 and 1. And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Hamashiach.
So right here, he's talking to his brethren. He says he couldn't talk to you in a spiritual way, but he had to talk to you in a carnal way.
That was a good illustration right there. That's hella carnal.
So he couldn't speak in a spiritual way, meaning he couldn't get too deep, get too deep with it,
Hey, and today is just a beautiful lesson because you couldn't get too deep on that lady about the Sabbath, about the new moon Sabbath.
Who would have told her?
She would have jumped in the middle of the street, got hit by a truck.
Yep, that's why we had to give her the milk first.
And that's why people get upset. I know that's why you're yelling. Because you're trying to get deep, but you're not deep. You have to start off in the beginning. You have to start off with that milk. You got to be good at that milk. And you got one guy that's not even that good at milk. And then another guy that doesn't even drink milk. Okay, He's like, no, I'll drink water. Because milk is the building blocks of the foundation of your faith.
Now, what does milk build? It builds your bones.
And the bones is the foundation.
You know, the bones. You know, once you start building that, then it starts building the muscles.
Yeah, and then you got yourself a little package. You got yourself a healthy person. Just like when Yahushua cured Peter's mother-in-law, what did she do right after she got cured? She wanted to do the work. She wanted to make some tortillas. She wanted to make some bread. She wanted to do stuff.
That's how you're supposed to feel. You know, right after
You get healed.
you get healed, or right after you put off that wickedness.
Yes, sir. You're supposed to be like, I gotta make this video a day.
Or when there's a time and you get delivered, and then that was Yahweh Shai, you know, I gotta pay you back for that.
Yep. And that's how it was when I first came out speaking. I was watching the brothers from LA, Spanish camp, Dewada, David. And he said something and I was like, man, I took it in the car, went to the park, and that was day one. And that was almost 3 years ago. And time flies by when you're in the truth and you're doing what you're supposed to do. Keeping it 100.
So it's about to be, I think it's close to 4 years because my first video was in 2016 of August. You know, 16, 17, 18 months, so around 20. Last August.
I'm just counting from when we started speaking. Because I started making videos before that.
So we've been actually, 4 years.
I'm not even counting.
Still babes.
Still babes, and then the best part about it is we keep getting the Spirit keeps hooking us up with knowledge. Like the Spirit hooked us up with this beautiful lesson. With the illustrations left and right. Look at, if you're going out to camp anytime, any place, anywhere, you're getting beautiful illustrations every time you're speaking, but you don't catch it because you're not spiritual. Just like the scripture said. I couldn't tell you about spiritual things, brother,